Okay, so we're coming back for section 2 of unit 2. So we have our definitions here on the board. Compound noun would be a noun of 2 or more words. A one-word compound noun would be, for example, bookcase. So you see those 2 words are smushed together. There's no space. There's no hyphen in between. They are written as if it is one word. Separate word compound noun example would be music box. So it's functioning as one unit, but the 2 words are separate with a space in between. And then a hyphenated word compound noun example would be father-in-law. So there's that space with those hyphens in between the 3 of those words. And then we have our last definition, collective noun, a group of people, animals, or things that are considered to move as a unit. Well, not to move as a unit, but they are considered a unit. So we'll come back to that as we go into our questions. So again, 101. So we're looking at that second section. So the instructions say write the compound nouns and the collective nouns. Label each one compound or collective. So let's look at the first 5 again, which we'll do the first 3 since that section is really small. I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to practice this on your own. So 19, Mrs. Romeo is the best teacher of mathematics in our junior high school. So I'll let you guys think about it for a second. So you need to write all of the compound nouns and the collective nouns. So remember, a noun as a person, place, thing, or idea. So going through, we have Mrs. Romeo would be our first noun. Then we have junior high school. And remember, you're not writing all the nouns. My mistake. You're not writing all the nouns. You're writing just the compound nouns or the collective nouns. So Mrs. Romeo, once you have that written down, you should have you should label it either compound or collective. So Mrs. Romeo would be labeled as compound, because it's 2 different words, but it's acting as a unit. And then junior high school would also be considered a compound noun. Looking at number 20, yesterday she discussed geometric solids with our class. So I'll give you a second to identify either a compound or collective noun. So for 20, the collective noun would be class in this sentence. So you should write down on your paper class, and then you can write in parentheses collective. So number 21, after an engaging demonstration, Mrs. Romeo passed out some math problems to the captivated audience. So again, right off the bat, we know Mrs. Romeo is going to be a compound noun. So you should have Mrs. Romeo, and in parentheses, you should have compound. And then our second, either compound or collective noun, would be audience, because it is a group of people considered as a unit. And so thus that would make it collective. So you should have collective in parentheses right after audience. Alright, so I've done the first 3. You guys can continue to do the last 3.